Are you annoyed by the new caps on bottles? I'll show you that you can use these new bottles in a practical way, and you might even start to like them. Although the new attached caps are inconvenient to use, there is a way around them. These caps are a result of EU regulations. This is to make recycling easier and provide better environmental protection. Small bottle caps were often lost and didn't always end up in the right containers. Now almost every plastic bottle has a cap attached to it. Unfortunately, unscrewing such a cap is impractical, and drinking or pouring from it is often quite a challenge. Comment below what you think about these new caps. But these caps can actually be an advantage of the bottle. Loosen the ring to which the cap is attached and remove it along with the ring. It turns out that this little ring can be a great bottle handle. Screw the bottle shut. Attach it, for example, to a carabiner on your backpack. You can also attach keys together and keep them with the bottle in your bag or backpack. You can even secure the bottle inside your bag to prevent it from tipping over. As you can see, using the new caps as handles is a great idea. Take a notebook and tear out a sheet. Thread the needle in 1 second. Do you also have problems threading the needle? Can't you hit it with the thread? Sometimes your hands shake too much, or maybe your sight is already too weak. Other times the thread doesn't want to cooperate. You try to thread it, but nothing comes of it. Every attempt ends in failure, and you're losing patience. You even try to cut the tip of the thread to make it easier to thread. Without success, then use the school method. Tear out one sheet from the notebook. Fold it in half. Cut it into 2 parts. Cut off half of one sheet. Such a small sheet that unfolds is enough. Thanks to it, you will be able to thread the needle. Take the thread and unfold the sheet. Place the thread at the fold of the sheet. The thread must protrude from both sides. Take scissors and cut the sheet diagonally so that a sharp tip of the sheet is formed from the side where the thread starts. Now insert the sharp tip of the sheet into the needle hole. When the tip of the sheet passes through the hole, tear it off. In your hand, you will have the needle threaded. See how simple it is. You can do this even with a smaller needle. Then only the sheet of paper needs to be more trimmed. Then you will also thread the needle. I'll show you today how to attach a slider to a zipper tape. If you have the zipper, but the slider and tape separately, it's tricky to deal with. When you put the slider on one part of the tape, it's hard to attach the other part. You can try different ways, but today I'll show you 2 methods. They work best. For the first method, you'll need a fork, just a regular kitchen fork. The prongs of the fork need to hold the slider, but be careful. Don't insert the fork prongs where the slider's prongs will be. I mention this because it might not be clear in the video what I'm doing. The fork prongs must go under the slider handle. That's the movable part you grip when you want to unzip or zip the zipper. The fork must go under this handle. One fork prong from one side and the other from the other side. Only then will you be able to put on the zipper tape. It doesn't matter how you hold the fork with the slider, whether the slider's handle is facing towards you or away. Now just insert the tapes. Do it evenly, simultaneously. Then the tape will be correctly attached. And you can zip up. Just remove the fork, watch again, place the slider on the fork and insert the tapes. Thanks to the fork, there's no problem attaching the slider. Once you've lightly inserted the second tape, the zipper practically closes itself. Let me show you another way. Without using a fork. This works if you don't need such a long zipper. Take scissors and cut the tape right after the prongs. About 1 centimeter is enough. Cut off that piece. Now, put the slider on the longer tape. Slide it up. Align the tapes so their lengths are equal. The slider must be at the same height on both tapes. Insert the other part of the tape. Now you'll attach the slider easily, and the zipper is securely closed. Watch again. Align the tapes. Slide the slider onto the tape. Slide it up. Zip up after attaching the second tape. And it's done. I saw a paper towel in my friend's cupboard. When I learned the reason, I also put it there. It has a brilliant use. A paper towel is always needed in the kitchen. We want to have it always at hand. We often keep it without a rack so that we can place it, for example, against the wall on the countertop when preparing something. Then you can always reach for it and tear off a piece or two. Other times it may be on the cupboard because someone just left it there. Some prefer to have it by the sink because there's always something to wipe. I don't know where you keep the paper towel, but have you ever seen a paper towel in the cupboard? Yes, in the cupboard. Not in the living room or bedroom, but in the kitchen cupboard. For example, in the one holding glasses and mugs. It's not there without reason. Surely you know that when doing something in the kitchen, you always have one hand occupied. When you want to wipe something, you try to tear off pieces of the paper towel with just one hand. The other one is either busy or dirty. That's why sometimes there are stains on the paper towel. But when you place it in the cupboard, you can use it and tear off individual sheets without any problem. And it's always at hand. Another place might be the drawer. If there's space for paper towels in it, you can also use it in the same way. It's always at hand and easy to tear off its pieces. You don't need a paper towel rack. A kitchen cupboard or drawer is enough. The ordinary box from laundry capsules has a hidden use. I'm sure you've never used it this way. It can come in handy in the kitchen, so it's worth not throwing it away. It turns out that manufacturers, when creating packaging or boxes, don't know that they have hidden properties. Any box from laundry powder or capsules can be used in a way that I'll show you now. I've always had a problem with food scraps in the sink. No matter how much you clean the dishes before washing, bits of food still remain on them. Take the aforementioned box and make holes in its bottom. It will then look like a sieve. To do this, you can heat a nail on a hot stove or use a regular candle. A hot nail quickly melts plastic. Also, make a hole in the lid of the box, which will serve to hang the box near the sink. Hang it using a self-adhesive hook, then attach the prepared box. Thanks to it, your sink will be clean and unclogged. This trick allows you to collect waste that settles on the bottom. All that remains is to remove and discard anything unnecessary into the trash can. After use, rinse the container and hang it up for next time. Put a sponge in the fridge. You'll be surprised by what will happen. You'll definitely want to brag to your friends about this trick. This trick is very simple and cheap, and it will help you with a problem that often occurs in fridges. But first, ask yourself, when was the last time you checked the products you keep in it? Some of them simply need to be thrown away. They can make the fridge smell bad. Take a look inside your fridge. Do you also have water droplets on the shelves or on the back wall of the fridge? If products stick to such a moist back wall, ice can form on them. And standing water on the shelves, if you don't notice it, starts to smell bad. There are 2 ways to prevent this. You can handle it with a regular dishwashing sponge, but don't worry. It's not about cleaning the fridge with it at all. Take one sponge and cut it under the rough surface. Make a small hole with a knife or scissors. Pour salt inside. Now place such a sponge on the shelf in the fridge. The sponge will absorb moisture from the shelves. Salt also absorbs moisture. So it's a simple and cheap fridge dehumidifier. The second method is to use another product. Sprinkle baking soda on the sponge and place it in the fridge, preferably in the bottom drawer. The sponge will absorb moisture, and the soda will additionally absorb unpleasant odors. If your fridge smells strange even after cleaning and washing it, try these simple and cheap tricks. You'll be surprised by the result, like my mother-in-law.